Do you struggle to express gentleness in your relationships? Stay tuned as we uncover the benefits of being gentle and how it can transform your relationships. Welcome to Cheap Talk. Today we're diving deep into the often misunderstood concept of gentleness. It's more than just being nice, right?
Exactly. It's often mistaken for weakness, especially in today's world where assertiveness is so highly valued. People think it means being a pushover, always saying yes, or constantly prioritizing others' needs above your own. But true gentleness is so much more nuanced than that.
It's powerful, actually. The article we're discussing today talks about gentleness as an overlooked strength. It emphasizes how gentleness can disarm people, allowing them to open up and show a side of themselves they usually keep hidden. Kind of like creating a safe space.
Yeah, totally. It's about active listening, empathy, and understanding. Seeing the other person's perspective, even when they're behaving badly. Trying to understand their motivations, not just writing them off based on one interaction or some preconceived notion. That really resonated with me.
Oh, what part? Hmm.
The part about how gentleness allows us to assume the best in others, like maybe there's a deeper, more valid reason behind their behavior. I think that's such a valuable approach to relationships.
It's also about navigating conflict constructively. The article makes a distinction between being gentle and being a yes man. Gentle people can still have strong opinions and boundaries. They simply express them with more consideration and less aggression.
Right. It's not about avoiding conflict altogether, but about approaching it with respect and understanding, choosing a response that de escalates the situation rather than fueling the fire, waiting for the right moment to express their own perspective calmly and thoughtfully.
And that actually makes them pretty effective at resolving conflicts. They're more likely to stay calm under pressure, less likely to lash out, and better able to focus on the actual issue at hand, not just the emotional flare up.
Absolutely. And that ability to regulate their own emotions is huge. Even when they're feeling upset, they can still choose a response that's more likely to lead to a positive resolution.
This all builds trust and deepens connection. When you consistently show up with empathy and emotional control, the other person feels safe enough to be vulnerable and authentic. And that's what creates truly strong, lasting bonds. It's not about weakness at all, quite the opposite.
Yeah, it actually takes quite a bit of strength to be gentle, especially in challenging situations. It's a conscious choice to prioritize connection and understanding over ego and self protection.
The article lists a few traits that are often associated with gentleness: good impulse control, high empathy, strong emotional regulation skills, a high tolerance for frustration, and a good awareness of their own emotional shifts. What's interesting is how they emphasize that gentleness isn't about constantly giving in or putting yourself last.
I was just thinking about that. It's not about being passive or subservient. True gentleness comes from a place of inner strength and self awareness. It's only when you're secure in yourself that you can truly prioritize the well being of others.
The article uses the analogy of water. A gentle person is like water, flowing around obstacles, nurturing and shaping the world around them without force. And it's precisely that fluidity that makes them so resilient.
I love that. It's about influencing and connecting, not dominating or controlling. And that's where the real power lies. If you're enjoying this insightful conversation, don't forget to like and subscribe. It really helps us out. Now, the article also offers some practical tips for cultivating gentleness.
Right, the tenderness acronym. It stands for tender actions, emotional communication, notice, develop shared rituals, easy does it, respond without blaming, never be mean, entice enthusiasm, sympathy, and safety. What stood out to you?
I think the emphasis on emotional communication is key. It's about expressing your feelings authentically, without judgment or manipulation. Like if there's a misunderstanding, waiting until things have calmed down and then explaining your perspective calmly and clearly. So important.
And the notice part is all about being attuned to the other person's emotional needs and responding to them without getting into a needs competition. Like if your partner comes home from work exhausted, offer them a glass of water and a hug instead of launching into a list of your own complaints. I'm definitely guilty of that sometimes.
Develop focuses on creating shared rituals and inside jokes, little things that strengthen your bond and show you care. It can be as simple as a special touch or a phrase that only you two understand.
Easy does it reminds us that cultivating gentleness takes time and patience, especially if you've experienced emotional trauma. It's about giving yourself and the other person grace and space to heal and grow.
Right, and respond is about avoiding blame and trying to understand the other person's motivations, even when they mess up. Looking for the why instead of jumping to conclusions or labeling them. It's about giving the benefit of the doubt and focusing on solutions, not accusations.
Absolutely. Never is pretty self explanatory. Don't be mean. Avoid sarcasm, insults, and put downs, especially during disagreements.
And entice encourages us to model enthusiasm and create opportunities for shared positive experiences. It's about finding activities you both enjoy and expressing your own needs openly so your partner knows how to make you happy too.
Sympathy highlights the importance of acknowledging and validating the other person's pain, offering emotional support and practical help when needed. And finally, safety emphasizes the role of consistency and reliability in building trust and making your partner feel secure, like responding to messages promptly and not flaking on plans. Small things that add up over time.
It's such a powerful reminder that gentleness isn't about being nice or weak. It's about fostering connection, building trust, and creating a safe space for vulnerability and growth. It's a strength, a choice, and a skill that can transform our relationships and our lives. And if you've been touched by this conversation on gentleness, we encourage you to share your own experiences in the comments below. Let us know what gentleness means to you.
Safety. It's interesting how something as seemingly simple as replying to texts promptly can contribute to a sense of security and like build trust in a relationship. It really ties back to that idea of gentleness being a conscious choice, a consistent effort.
Totally. It shows you respect your partner's time and emotions. You're not leaving them hanging, wondering where you are or what you're doing. It's a small gesture, but it speaks volumes.
Right? Like you're prioritizing them, even in the midst of a busy day. It's about being present, being reliable. It's like saying, hey, I see you, I value you, and I'm here for you.
Exactly. And all of these elements, the tenderness, the emotional communication, the shared rituals, they create a positive feedback loop. The more you practice gentleness, the more connected you feel, and the easier it becomes to be gentle in return. It's a beautiful cycle.
It is. And it makes you wonder how much of the conflict in our lives could be avoided if we just approached each other with a little more tenderness. If we all just made a conscious effort to choose connection over ego, understanding over judgment.
Right? It's not about always agreeing or suppressing your own needs, but about finding a way to express them with respect and empathy. It's about creating space for both people to be heard and understood.
I think that's the key takeaway here. Gentleness isn't weakness. It's not about being a doormat or always putting yourself last. It's about strength, self awareness, and a deep commitment to nurturing your relationships. It's about recognizing the shared humanity in all of us, even when it's hard to see.
Yeah, totally. It's about choosing to see the best in people, even when they're at their worst. And it's about extending that same kindness and compassion to ourselves. Because we all mess up sometimes, and we all deserve a little tenderness, especially from ourselves.
Absolutely. And, if you're struggling with conflict in your own relationships, maybe try applying some of these tenderness tips. Start small, be patient with yourself and your partner, and see what happens. It might just surprise you.
Definitely. And if this conversation resonated with you, please share it with someone who might benefit. And hey, while you're at it, why not hit that like button and subscribe to our channel? It really does help us spread the word and create more conversations like this one. We'll be back next week with more insights into building stronger, healthier relationships. Until then, be gentle with yourselves and each other.
We were talking about the importance of gentleness and this piece, kindness, why it's more important than ever from TEDx Sydney, really drives it home.
Yeah, it's like in today's world, with everything going on, a little bit of kindness can go such a long way. It's almost radical, right?
Totally. And it's not just about being nice, it's about a deeper connection, like really seeing and acknowledging each other's humanity, even when we disagree. It's especially important now with everything so polarized.
Right? Like we're so quick to judge, so quick to other people. Kindness is about choosing to bridge that gap to see the person behind the screen, behind the opinion. You know what I mean?
Totally. It's about assuming the best in others instead of the worst and giving people the benefit of the doubt, which is hard sometimes, especially online.
Oh, absolutely. It's so easy to get caught up in the negativity, the outrage. Kindness is about resisting that, about choosing empathy over anger. It's about de escalating instead of like fanning the flames.
It's like taking a deep breath before you respond to that inflammatory comment, thinking, okay, what's the kindest way to approach this, even if you completely disagree?
Exactly. And sometimes the kindest thing is to just disengage, to walk away from the keyboard, to choose your battles, because not every hill is worth dying on, you know?
Oh, for sure. And this piece talks about how kindness can be contagious. Like, if you show up with kindness, it can inspire others to do the same. It creates this ripple effect of positivity.
Yeah, it's like it sets the tone. If you lead with kindness, it can disarm people, make them more open to hearing your perspective, even if they don't ultimately agree with you, right?
Totally. And it can also be really good for your own mental health. Like, studies have shown that practicing kindness can boost your mood, reduce stress, and even improve your physical health. Who knew?
Yeah, I've read about that. It's like when you focus on being kind to others, you're also being kind to yourself. It's self care in a way.
Absolutely. And it's not just about grand gestures, right? It's about the small, everyday acts of kindness, like holding the door open for someone, offering a genuine compliment, or just listening without interrupting. These little things can make a big difference. If you like this type of insightful conversation, don't forget to like and subscribe. It really helps us out.
Totally. It's about creating a more compassionate world, one interaction at a time, starting with ourselves and then extending that kindness outwards to our families, our communities, and even to strangers online. It's about recognizing our shared humanity even in the midst of all the chaos.
It is. And remembering that everyone is fighting their own battles, carrying their own burdens. A little bit of kindness can go such a long way in lightening that load?
Absolutely. It's like that quote, be kind, for everyone you meet is fighting a hard battle. It's so true. And it's a powerful reminder to approach each other with empathy and understanding.
Yeah. And even when it's hard, even when you're feeling frustrated or angry, choosing kindness can be the most powerful thing you do. It's like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets.
Totally. So let's all make a conscious effort to choose kindness today and every day, because the world needs it now more than ever. And that's all the time we have for today's episode of Cheap Talk. Be sure to check out the resources mentioned in the show notes, and a huge thanks to our listeners for tuning in. We'll be back next week with more food for thought. Until then, be well, and remember to sprinkle a little extra kindness wherever you go.